Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our stream, our lovely Friday night removing the Mathis curse campaign. And tonight we will be continuing off with our crazy, crazy story. So let's do the honors. First, I'll introduce myself. I am Nick. I play Kixix Matra. I am a tiefling barbarian. I was small, and now I am big or thick with the power of muscles. And pretty much anything that's smaller than me, like say 5 inches small or 5 inches tall, will scare the shit out of me and make me scream. Um, I don't have to worry about that, hopefully. But yeah, that's me. I'll pass it off to Kevin.
Hi, I'm I play Bosco. He is a golden retriever, divine blood sorcerer, and a good boy. Um, from there, off to Rozzy.
I am August. I am a human level 2 wizard. No, just kidding. I am a human wizard who sees dead people. And yeah, Andrew.
Hello, everyone. I'm Andrew, and I play Thaddeus Steele, the Warforged envoy monk who really likes to fight people and is limited emotionally.
And I'm Derek. I'll be running the show. A little bit about where we are right now. The group is in the town of Rustgrave. It's a relatively smaller town that has just gotten a train depot from the larger that leads to the larger town of Antwerp. Well, larger city state of Antwerp, way above them. Along this also, they have an inn called the Charbunyip, which now is apparently seeking new ownership. They have a bakery that, well, it's probably going to be closed down for a little bit because they're going to have to determine exactly what's going on. But where we were from last week, there. I had this all. Here we go. And I'm blanking out now. I got to take a breather for 1 second. Give me 3 seconds. Okay, here we go. Last week, they did battle with various cookies, various infernal-speaking gingerbread men and gingerbread wolves. They were able to go to the bakery and find that the owner of the bakery was conjuring these things using a book. They were able to secure this book, and the rest of their afternoon, the rest of their evening was discussing what their next plan of action was to either look at the Mathis mausoleum where some of these gingerbread things were heading, or to go to the Mathis house, or possibly look for other options. So I think that was not as concise as I had planned. So let's just begin now and say, at this point in time, you were all at Legos house. The cookies of various gingerbread things had stopped going once the book was turned off. There was a discussion with Lego about the book. He very briefly, to which he said yes, that he had given the book, but he was not aware of the secondary nature of the book. So where you're at now is shortly, probably within an hour of the events of last week, you're now in the main room where Lego has his guests. The long table is there. Everybody has their seats, or if they want them, basic refreshments have been served, and there's going to be the discussion that you were going to officially have tomorrow morning is probably going to take place now rather than later, since you foiled the first part of this, whatever is going on. So there's a bowl of water for Bosco, and pretty much anything else the rest of you want to drink is available. And he does understand that you don't really eat or drink, Thaddeus, but if there is something that you wanted, as long as it's not too ridiculous, he will try to make it available for you.
Nah, we're good.
Okay. So that, at this point, he is seemingly nursing a bit of a hangover, as was discovered by August and was it Kixic was with you, or when you guys found Lego had been poisoned?
I think I paired off with Kix. I can't remember how that worked out right.
No, because I think
Bosco and Thaddeus had split
Yeah.
off.
Okay,
I think
so
you guys were
together.
I think you guys were heading out. You helped Usit at the open air market deal with. Well, you guys helped save her when August and Kixic were in the thing, and they met Nebel, the goblin, and there's a whole discussion of August cleaning the goblin and him being upset about being cleaned.
Oh, yeah, I remember that guy. August did not respect his culture.
No. But, it is what it is. So he's, it's like you still have the book, because I know you mage handed it basically into a package, into a sack at the bakery, and you carried that sack with mage hand over to the thing. So you still kind of have the book in the sack.
Yes, there was no touching of the Infernal Book.
Yeah, no touching the Infernal Book. But there was a discussion of a woman that had been out in front of the Mathis house with a robe and a dragon symbol, but it's a little questionable as to the few things that Lego's been saying, because he does still seem very hungover and a little confused from the whatever they put in his wine.
Well, August, you seem to be the investigator. You also seem muted.
No. I can investigate, I guess. After you.
After me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not sure I'm comfortable being in charge. I'm middle management at best.
And the robot just punches stuff.
As you're sitting and getting ready to talk, and Lego's going through his thing, you hear a violin pop up, you hear a couple notes played, and a familiar figure just strides through the back door.
Oh no.
Familiar?
It's the
Zing!
the shop owner, the inn owner's the innkeeper's wife comes walking into the door.
Wait.
With the
one that got baked?
long red curly hair and the clothes and everything, and she's like looking at you guys.
Surprise, Cat.
Yeah.
Hi, Mia.
Yes. And she's like, she's come in and she's like, that was an interesting evening, wasn't it?
How are you not a pie right now?
Why would I be a pie?
They baked you.
No, I was I was on a train from Antwerp today. In fact, the train just arrived maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. And I come back and the inn is all destroyed.
And your
There's-
family is dead.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't found any bodies.
I took a swim with your daughter in a shit pile. What is it called? Slot pile.
It's good
Oh
enough.
God.
Good enough. But I'm not sure.
You sure you don't want to take charge?
Yeah.
No,
I don't know what you're talking about, really. I just got back, but yeah, they're not there. But also, I come to find out what was up with the inn because there's tables kicked off over. There's a whole bunch of like burn marks and fire happened in the kitchen, and a couple of windows are broken. And I was trying to find out if Lego could tell me what happened, and you're here telling me all this stuff. But when did you?
Are you alive?
I think I'm alive.
I'm gonna go over there and just like poke her gently because I'm thinking she's a fucking ghost at this point. There's no fucking
Okay.
way. There's no fucking way.
You poke her gently.
She's real.
Yes.
Oh my god, miss, please sit down. Please sit down.
Very real.
This
Very
is
real.
going an entirely different direction now.
Ma'am, have you met us before?
I would think if I had ever met a talking dog, I would remember you.
Chalkboarding dog.
I don't. Wow. Writing dog. Same
Sure.
difference, really. No, I don't know you. Or, I don't know any. Well, I know Lego, but I don't know any of you.
Okay. There's
Because
an
we have met
additional
you
layer of mystery.
So there was a doppelganger or some sort of like imitation of you, and she was murdered by
Cookie
fucking
monsters,
cookies.
I believe is what we were calling them.
Cookie monsters.
Gingerbread men killed your family, and I really thought you were a ghost, so I was kind of being an asshole earlier. I wanna apologize for that, but bro.
She starts laughing a little bit. Cookies? What?
No, it sounds
Family-
funny, but it's not. They were savages.
Okay. Oh, I can say it.
Laugh
It's
at
never.
me.
It's,
Nick.
it's never a dull. It's never a dull event around here, I guess. So what? No, I think everything, like, aside from a bit of a mess, I didn't see any bodies.
Well, I unfortunately didn't have time when I was crawling out of the slop pit to, put her anywhere, but she was last behind the slop pit outside of Lego's house, your daughter. Unless everyone was a doppelganger, which would be great, because I would much rather your family not be dead.
But then instead, a family of doppelgangers would be dead, and that would still be a tragedy.
No.
What do you think about this, Kixik?
Honestly, doppelgangers are the worst. They are the worst. You know why?
Why?
Because they can't imitate perfection, i.e. these muscles.
I think we all know who the perfect one is here.
Oh, don't even go against me.
This could
I'm
last
not.
for a
I'm
while.
not sure. She kind of she seems a little shocked, and she sits down and she's rubbing at the little horn nubs that she has because she's, she's a tiefling as well, and she's like rubbing at that horn, it's like she's trying to soothe herself and figure this out. It's like, if they were killed, and like, I've been in. This doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense. I'm gonna go back and look for them, and when I do, and she just gets up and walks out.
Whoa, wait. I need to give you a hug right now because, girl, me, we on the same level here, and I just need you to know that you are not alone.
And who are you?
You haven't heard of my muscle?
You haven't heard of moi? My name is Kixix Mantra. You don't know me because
Call
no one
Kix.
knows me. Just call me Kix.
Kixie the Pixie.
I guess.
No, it's like, it doesn't mean to be I don't mean to be offensive, but like I said, I've been gone for a few days, and I arrived back, and my place of business is in shambles, and I can't find my husband or my daughter, and I come here, and you're telling me they're dead, and there's
Wait
feel so bad, though.
a minute.
puppies, and
Where did we leave them?
Well, she was by the slot pile. I can't remember if I cleaned her or not. I know
Wait,
I cleaned
the
me.
daughter, the dead daughter?
the
Yeah,
daughter.
I pushed her corpse out of the slot pit.
And the husband, we don't know where he is.
Okay, yeah, he was
You
on a
never
teleport,
found
okay.
him.
Okay, but hold on. This is
Check
the
the
real.
chimney.
Sorry, I just came back. This is the real tiefling woman.
I poked
Maybe.
her and she is warm.
Oh, you mean like alive warm
Like-
or like
Yes.
tiefling warm?
What?
Hot
She has a habit of poking.
check
She has a habit of
MC.
poking things to make sure they're real.
Perhaps we should go check on where we left.
The daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Her name is Sonia now
Um,
because I can't think of another name.
Okay. The
Just
daughter.
kidding. What was her name again?
Serial
The
killer?
daughter's
I might
name
have
was,
written it down.
the daughter's name was Ragda.
Oh yeah,
You're close.
Ragdoll.
which she was in the slot pile. Sorry, offensive. I know.
Triggered.
Aha.
So you like Lego's really he wants to he's like we should all go, but when he tries to stand up, you can tell whatever they dosed him with, he's still feeling it.
Boy, you
Oh,
just
had
sit
some
down.
anthrax. You need to sit down.
Hydrate, bro. Hydrate.
It's like take. He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a small silver whistle. It's like take this with you. If you find anything important, just blow it, and we will. Well, it will. I'll be there, but for now, I'm just gonna sit back down. And he makes his way over back to his chair, sits back down, staring at what looks like a mug of probably coffee, but you're not quite sure. And it's like, if you find anything important, I should note. Just don't blow the whistle like
Repeatedly.
for no good reason.
Oh.
Yeah, for no good reason. It's like, because I really don't want to come if you don't find anything.
Question. Did anyone mention the fact that his bust is broken?
No, I will not. I can just fix it.
You took a piece of his scalp off, like.
He doesn't need it. Not even
Oh,
his real head.
Now all I can think of is the Goonies when they're trying to glue back that statue.
Oh my god.
Never seen it.
You loser. I mean, we still love you.
You would love that.
You would.
It's a total you movie. Who's going to take the whistle? I don't have
What
pockets,
whistle?
and Thaddeus doesn't have lips.
Can I take it?
And it might be actually hard for you as a dog to blow that.
Yeah.
Oh, that whistle.
People keep saying dog whistles are a thing, but they really don't work that well.
Well, hey, I mean, I have...
What if I shake a bag at you?
Shuck up.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god, please. Please. Yes, his ears perk up, his eyes get wide.
So she starts to make her way out, and then the rest of you can follow.
Mhm.
And when you go out that door, you come to that same central room where the bust is. The bust has already been repaired.
Ha! Dobby did it.
Dobby did.
No, Dob.
He probably
and-
repaired it after he saw what you did to it. He's like, oh, those assholes. Okay, well, they're still trying to help, so...
And when you come out into the night, and it still is, since everything kind of that night you settle down to rest, and almost immediately things started happening. So you really haven't gotten a good night's sleep yet.
No.
And you walk out, and you can see from where you're at, you can see that there are several lights on around the edge of the cemetery, and you can hear a very disgruntled individual that you recognize the voice as the goblin that the two of you had met before. And he's just swearing. There's a lot of swearing and a lot of, why do I have to clean up all of these crumbs? Why is it and they didn't even give me any milk.
Milk. He
And
needs some milk.
It's like, there's no milk. And it's, and you just hear the grunting noises. It sounds like this goblin is exerting himself a lot. But he seems like he's probably the only person, and it's really strange now because the only people you've noticed now so far in this town, Lego, the goblin, Uset, the tiefling woman who's now back, her daughter and her husband, and the baker, and she's kind of the baker is secured now, but there's a lot more houses and not a lot of people.
Can anyone say real estate?
So as you make it back towards the bakery, not the bakery, sorry, towards the inn, and you go in through the front door, and yep, the table is still tipped over that Kixix tipped over earlier. That there's still bits of broken cookie in places. She
Broken.
Sorry about the table. That was my bad.
as you go into
Dare you would eat that.
as you walk into the kitchen area, there's still the fires that you guys put out, the damage that was done with the kind of grease fire.
That wasn't me.
That was just.
Thaddeus throws soup on a grease fire.
But when there's stew everywhere.
They put it out.
There's also nothing in the oven.
What the fuck?
Okay. Well,
excuse
your family
me?
is fine. No worries, they'll be home soon. Cause y'all are fucking zombies. some pet cemetery shit going down in this town.
I'm gonna just sit down and cross my legs on the floor, and I'm just gonna put my hands on my legs and just be like, I'm good. I'm good right here. I am good.
Okay.
Do you have a room available?
We have rooms.
There's plenty of rooms upstairs. You can roll an investigation check if you want.
I
See if
will.
there's any.
Okay, I swear to God, I had a nice view. If I lost it, I'm gonna cry. That's definitely a 5.
22.
3.
Okay, so what you do notice, while there is no active body in there, there is a large amount of gray ash in the bottom of the oven that does not match up with, any living thing.
I have a question.
Does that look like bread to you?
Does she smell the same?
No, not at all.
Interesting.
Does she smell
This-
human?
This one smells. What you smell of this woman here is there's a distinct kind of cinnamon like twinge to it, but there's also like the aftermath of a campfire. You know, the ashy smell when they put out a campfire. She kind of smells a little bit like that.
That's usually what teeth
With a-
smell like. Don't
with
worry
a
about
little bit with a little bit of like cinnamon kind of after effect
Was
to it.
that anything like what I had experienced on the train smell-wise?
No, well, actually,
it. Is it a well-known fact
Kicks-
that tieflings smell like cinnamon? Like,
well,
That's why tigers hate them.
Big red.
Kixic, yeah, Kixic is another example of a tiefling that, although his smell is slightly different, it's more along the lines of
Oh,
Baby
thanks.
oil.
they
No.
can
no.
it's Tiger Bomb and
Wherever that is.
Tiger bomb. It's what the Kardashians use.
Really?
No, it's made up, Rozzy.
Fuck you, I hate you.
What? Tiger
Because-
Bomb's not made up.
By the way, because of the poor investigation check, Thaddeus has one of his magnet smile faces stuck sideways on his face, and he's trying to pull it off the whole time this is happening.
What do you mean?
What do you mean Tiger Bomb is real? What is that? Wait a minute, hold on, it is real. Oh my god.
Are we talking
Do the
about Tiger
Kardashians
Blood
use it?
No,
Tiger
Tiger
Blood
Bomb.
winning?
It's a brand of literally like.
winning?
Are you kidding me?
It's Tiger Bomb is kind of it's a bit like Icy Hot or something like that.
Like Ben Gay almost?
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I
Wow.
will mage hand the misplaced magnet off of Thaddeus's face and hand it to him.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, yeah. So what you denote is like in her scent, there's kind of like an overall scent, and then there's like a whiff of like cinnamon, but then you also get like normal like body odor kind of things. When Kixic has like this defined kind of smoky scent as well, and then layered on that is like his normal everyday like body scents and stuff, and then there's a lot of little so it's similar, whereas the other one just really didn't kind of, the smell that you most associate with her was just the stew.
Okay.
So she was actually made of stew. Who knew?
So you're confused, and now okay, so
So I want to know. I'm gonna tell her straight up. Okay, I don't know who was in your place, but they gave us like keys to rooms up there, and said that it was paid for by who's he what's it in the red house.
Lego.
Lego.
yeah.
I don't mind paying for a room, but I just I'm a little
No,
confused. I'm very confused.
No. If you were told that your rooms are taken care of, your rooms are taken care of.
Even if it wasn't
I
by
don't know.
you, because I'm a little worried.
No. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now, so I'm not worried about rooms. You can stay here for as long as you need for as long as you want. That is not a problem right now. I want to know what's going on. Now, what did you find in the oven?
You?
Your body cooked. And Ragda was in the
Well,
pot
okay.
pit.
So to be fair, us tieflings, we don't get cooked. We are already cooked.
Have we eaten
what-
poisoned food? Were we hallucinating this whole shit?
What we saw in the oven was you, and it looked like you had just been bitten to shreds by gingerbread men. And you were literally, your body was just in the oven. They were trying to, I think, just burn you up.
You know, when you say it out loud, it makes it sound insane.
I'm pretty sure we were
I'm
hallucinating.
not smart enough to
Oh,
realize that,
and,
okay?
The other thing you should note is that a body of that size would not have been converted to ash that quickly.
Yeah.
You have to hammer down the bones.
Can I
and
give the
shit, too.
ash a sniff?
Yeah. It smells like
Ash.
Teen spirit.
there's a couple smells to it. The first thing that you notice is that it does smell like the inside of the oven.
Hi, honey.
You know, but there's also a
Yeah.
kind of fungal, like wet, kind of moldy smell to it.
Ew.
Okay.
Ew.
We've been poisoned.
No, I believe we were deceived.
By who? By what? Come here, Mia.
Those are both excellent questions.
Come here, honey.
We're by moss people.
Her smell is consistent with a tiefling woman. The ashes are not.
Little baby me.
I don't like that.
We still have to investigate the graveyard as well.
Wait, do we want to investigate the child's body next to the inn itself? I don't know if she wants to find that.
Yeah.
Like,
The slot by the slot pit.
Can
By
I
the
try
slop
to
pit.
touch the ashes and see if anything happens?
Yeah, you
Maybe
touch
a
the
ghost
ashes.
will come.
You touch the ashes and you have ashes on your fingers, but
Wow.
you don't really notice anything. Although there is a slight stickiness to the ashes, like
Oh.
That's
so-
nasty.
they're almost. It's almost like they're not completely like dried out. Like there's a fluid of some sort in them, but it's
Anyone have hand sanitizer?
that's.
Oh wait, prestidigitation. Different.
Wait, so ashes being. Wait a minute. No, ashes aren't goopy. That ew. Unless soup got on them. I mean, that's.
I dare you to eat it. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't tempt me.
Too soon.
I'm gonna turn to the lady, and I'm just gonna give her 2 gold pieces and say, "Listen, I feel bad. I don't give a shit. Just take the gold pieces because I want you to take them. Just don't leave this building. Lock yourself somewhere. Lock the doors. You know, windows, whatever you can.
Hide your sisters. Hide your wives.
Yeah, hide yourselves because everybody's getting bit up in this place. And I'm gonna turn to the crew. I'm like, should we investigate and like kind of talk about or like kind of hint towards the slop pit?
I mean, we've already got a witch in captivity. I fully blame her. Time to burn her.
Because and I'm just like I lean closer to you guys and be like,
Plot over.
oh my god, I don't want her to know that her daughter's possible dead body is next to the building.
I already fucking told her.
Oh, you
bro.
did.
Um,
Oh, never mind. Okay, well you can keep those gold pieces then.
She doesn't seem overly concerned, though, to be honest.
well
Perhaps-
because nothing is.
Yeah.
There's no
Okay.
actual bodies or dead things or. I'm
Well,
sorry.
we haven't been to the slot pit. The body was there.
Where did they go? What is happening? I'm
To
scared.
the swap repository.
I'm so scared right now, guys.
It was the one outside Lego's house.
So,
Yeah.
so you head
Lego,
out.
show me your poo.
So you head,
What the fuck?
What?
Oh, broke Derek.
Lego, show me your poo. That is going to be immortalized on this channel.
Sorry.
Oh my god. Rosie, I hate you.
so are you gonna bring her with you when you go around the corner to look for her dead daughter?
Preferably no.
Probably
But
not.
she's covered in shit still.
Yeah, I don't
Don't
think I want her to see that.
You leave her behind as she starts to take a broom and starts to clean up the area and everything. And you come around the corner, and just as you do, the body of her daughter, there's a large number of small white-capped mushrooms on it. You can count, just looking from where you're counting, about 25 or 30 of them just all over this body. And they're like secreting something that's kind of melting the body out from under them.
Ew.
That is not good.
Can I, for us to digitize them off? And perhaps into a baggie?
You can't press to digitize everything.
I can. Or mage hand, whatever. Put them in a
Sure.
bag.
Prestidigitation is fancy wizard talk for a really limited wish.
Yep.
You can clean an item with it. So I'm gonna clean her fucking body.
Yes, but you can take one off with like a gust of wind or a mage hand or something like that. Like, no, I'm not okay. I've lost it. Just a second.
Okay.
No, it's just I'm still processing the poo exchange.
Let us see your poo.
No
Okay,
poo
no.
was exchanged. It was only inquired about.
Yeah.
Show me your
No. So anyway, so you were able to get a couple of the mushrooms off, and when they're separated from the body, they quickly start to wither.
I dare you to smoke this.
Why?
I would not advise that.
No, but I guess.
Roll it up.
Roll
Does
it.
anybody have a broom? We could just sweep it off her.
Wow, this is not how we properly handle
But
a dead body,
as-
but okay.
Yeah. But as you're having this discussion, looking and seeing this, these mushrooms do appear to be like digesting this body.
That's fucked up.
That,
Is there a kind of nature check to see what the fuck that is?
Sure.
Same question, but Arcana?
Ooh. 21.
12.
It's all ones from here, guys.
oh, don't say that. It's gonna really
Oh, yeah.
happen.
Seriously, this is like the highest I've rolled in like 3 times.
They don't. You're not sure exactly what they are, but there is a couple. There is something that you're very aware of. They don't appear to be natural, like of this earth. They appear to be magical in nature. So
Incorporeal mushrooms?
no, probably,
Like Fae, almost? Or...
yeah, or like an extra, or like an outer planar, or an extra planar thing.
There's a lot of options once you leave the prime material.
Yeah. So
Oh.
possibly, since they were speaking infernal and everything, maybe it's somewhat related to that. I mean, that's one go, but these are not a naturally occurring like prime material plant.
Okay.
And also, what is kind of bothersome about this body is as you're seeing it being digested and bits of the flesh are going away and everything, there's no bones.
Wait, there's no bones in the body?
They thrive on calcium.
No, there's no bones in the body. It's almost like it's a sack of. It's almost like it's turned in kind of like a sack of fertilizer for these mushrooms.
Is the body fake?
Yeah, does it like look like flesh?
Yes, like at least on the outside.
I mean, I'll get in there and get handsy and feel it.
Well, yeah, no,
God.
it does not feel. It does not feel like it does not feel like what you would expect humanoid flesh to feel like. It's slightly
Like a rubber chicken.
yeah. It is rubbery. It's porous. You can actually see, like when you lift up a little bit of it, you can actually see there's like holes in that, and within the tiny holes there are spores. So like whatever is going on, this this thing was most likely not a body. Or not a.
It was a fake body, basically.
Well, not a humanoid that you're aware of.
Oh God, ew.
Hey, yo, lady, your kid's probably fine.
Hey, yo, your kid's not dead.
She's probably just at a sleepover.
Does anyone have a jar or something that we could seal a sample in?
Oh, I do.
No.
Because I tried getting one for the gingerbread men, and then it turned into dust.
Wait, where's our other gingerbread?
They turned back to cookies because we stopped the spell.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, you can toss that out, or you could move that to some other thing now, and at least you'll have a container, the sealed jar where you can put some of that stuff in.
I'm just take like a handful and like put it in the jar and seal it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you have placed that in, and you notice on your hand, Thaddeus, several dozen of the spores stuck around. They kind of got like almost like little teeth, like little Velcro teeth, and they kind of stuck to your hand.
Oh, gross. Ew.
So you
All right,
have.
sorry, Thaddeus. We have to kill you now.
Well, I'm sorry, but more prestidigitation, blow that shit away.
Yeah.
Not
So
like
when
it'll
yeah.
affect me. Robot.
Right, but I don't want it touching me.
We don't know what the limitations of potentially infernal fungus are.
True.
And now I see Bosco has a little thinking cap emoji over his head, and he's taking
He's
notes.
like The Sims!
Infernal fungus.
I'm literally trying to remember the name of the demon lord of fungus.
The Demon Lord of Fungus? Wait,
Yeah.
I feel like I know the name, but I just can't remember it because I've seen it before.
I keep wanting to say Megalobia, but that's goblins.
No.
In a Zug.
Moigi.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right,
Now this
perhaps
Oh, sorry.
perhaps we've been distracted by all of these details when we should be tracking this back to the graveyard where we know things are going on.
Agreed.
So there's really no body to show her, because by the time you've had this discussion and everything, since you haven't, like, it seems like the process has already started, and there's really not any way you could intervene to stop it from making. Essentially, it looks like it turns down to a pile of muck. Not as much ash, because it's not like in the stove. The ash was kind of there, and and other things, but this one just turns into a pile of essentially what looks like that stuff you dig up from the bottom of a pond where a lot of leaves and all this stuff has just been sitting there for months and years and whatever. I mean, it doesn't have that intense scent, but it does feel like a bunch of like pond muck.
I believe her soul has already gone on to a different place.
But also, interestingly enough, you can turn. You can turning around and looking at the slop pit. There are several larger white mushrooms growing in the slop pit that are still kind of partially covered by the muck, but you can see parts of it starting to come up.
Who's shitting out giant mushrooms? That's not healthy.
Do you want pod people? Because this is how you get pod.
No, I don't like this.
Um,
Oh no. No, this is bad.
okay. There, I don't know how you stutter on the chalkboard, but that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, you just take the chalk go like.
Yeah, it's like the chalk. I put the illusionary chalk on the board, take it off, on the board,
take it off. Make a scribble line, take it off.
Yeah.
There's a boy about 40 feet beyond the slop pit who is staring at you intently, August, and he's waving.
Excuse me.
August.
It's funny because every time you tell August she sees somebody, I have to wait to find out if I see that person without asking.
I'm not saying shit.
Yeah, smart move.
So he's waving towards you, and in his hand is he's got a looks like a small leather bag, and as he reaches in, he's waving. Then he stops. He reaches into the small leather bag and pulls out what looks like a seed that's maybe about that big, and he shows it to you, right? And then he puts it back in the bag, and he just walks off.
I'm going to casually start walking that way.
Yeah, walks off towards the graveyard.
I'm going to go casually walking that way. I'll be right back, guys.
Do we notice
I don't
that?
think it's good that we
Anybody
separate
see that?
I'm gonna follow because I feel as though that's not safe to be going that
See what, my dear?
direction by yourself, especially in this climate that we're in.
Does anybody else? Well, I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna keep going and follow him.
Okay, so
Like I'm taking a walk. I'm pretending I'm taking a stroll.
she just starts walking away. Sorry, Kevin?
I don't believe it's a good idea to separate when there may be doppelgangers afoot.
I need to pee. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Do I have to roll for that?
roll for urination.
You have to
Roll
roll
for
for me.
I'll stay here.
Natural 7. What do I add to that? Do I add my proficiency bonus?
Your dexterity for aim.
Oh god. I'm gonna let her go a little bit, but I'm gonna be like, I got this, and I'm gonna like follow from like a distance.
Okay, so she starts. What you gonna go towards? You're gonna follow the boy in towards the graveyard. I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Sorry. Yes. I was muted.
Okay, so yeah, so she is going. You wait a few moments and you start to follow her. And that's when you also notice, you also hear the what were screams of kind of like, or were shouts of annoyance, is now turning into screams of surprise and shock, and this goblin's voice is carrying all the way from that cemetery, all the way over to where you guys are at, near the back of the inn.
Hmm.
I will investigate a screen.
So you start walking. The other people start following you. They're a bit farther back. You see the boy heads to the gate of the graveyard, and you start to watch him. He seems to be going towards the Mathis mausoleum, but in the meantime, what you actually see is Nebal, the goblin, who is like, he's got a shovel in his hand and he's smacking it against something on the ground, but you can't quite see what it is from where you're at.
I'll head right over to Nebel.
Yeah. I couldn't even hear you there, Rossi. You were.
Oh my god, I muted it again.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep coughing, so I never remember it or not. I'm just gonna follow the boy and ignore the fucking goblin because he hates me anyway.
Okay, so you start following, and everybody else starts following, and you see the rest of you get there. It's not but a moment later, and as you get closer, she starts. You see her still walking towards the Mathis mausoleum, and you see Nebal is smacking this thing with a shovel, and it's just a large white mushroom. He's like just smacking it, and you see that several other kind of mushrooms have started to, like, they look like they're sprouting on his leg.
Oh no.
Better burn it.
I'll bark to get his attention, and then throw up the chalkboard. It's like, do you need assistance?
Bet you want a bath now, bitch.
Before you jump, he can't read common, so he's not quite sure what you're saying. He's like, would you stop? He's like, would you stop writing stuff and just come and help me? I'm having some problems here, and I don't like it. He's stop, and he keeps smacking the.
Don't you?
just
I
keep
thought you
smacking
liked that though. Like, didn't you
mushroom.
want to be dirty? Like,
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
very
you.
confused.
Like, there's a vast difference between being dirty, which is acceptable, and being consumed by a fungus, which is not acceptable.
Oh, that's right. They eat people. Huh. Sorry. Sorry.
Do I have? Would healing magic do him any good? Or does he need, like, a curative remove type of magic?
Should have used preparation H.
Healing magic will help with the damage he gets, but it probably wouldn't do anything to the fungus. They do appear of everything, that heat, the fire, like in the kitchen and everything, got rid of them. Got rid of them. So you found nothing but the muck there anyway. So maybe fire would help, like carefully positioned fire, not dunk him in fire and see what happens, which can happen, but no.
Fire bolt, best I can do.
Yes.
Is there something nearby that's flammable enough I could light on fire torchlight?
There are torches up. He had the whole area lit up with a bunch of torches that when he was cleaning it up. So there are torches every probably 15 to 20 feet along the perimeter of this graveyard tonight. They're lit torches.
Chalkboard. Hold still. Mage hand for a torch and bring it closer to the fungus. I don't want to actually burn him with it.
No, you're attempting to to only apply it to the fungus. As you get it close, it shrivels back from the heat. It kind of even moves away from the fire just a tiny bit. Not it doesn't have a lot of ability to move too far as it's just a fungal body, but it does shrink back from the flames a bit, and you're able to essentially where you touch the fungus that's on his leg with the torch, it burns, and then there's like a puff of these spores that it tries to put out, but the fire is so close that all the spores just go off like little sizzles of flashing lights. It's almost like a bunch of sparkler kind of things that happen for a moment, and then the fungus just kind of falls off of his foot.
I'll slide the torch away and chalkboard again. Does that feel better?
He looks at the chalkboard. He's like, I don't know what you're saying.
Chalkboard again. Learn to read.
Okay, I don't know what this means. Do you speak Goblin?
I do.
He goes, because I can read Goblin.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'll translate. I'll be the common to goblin translator.
Oh, he can speak Goblin. He can speak Common. He just can't read it. He can speak and read Goblin, just never learned to read. Well, maybe he knows a few words or signs or something. Yeah.
Okay, but I just want to be fancy and feel important in life, so I guess I'll do this.
Okay.
Just draw on the chalkboard. Thumbs up. Question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can help him do that. August, you're gonna head in to the mausoleum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you take your first step in, though, there is a rush of air and a splashing sound, and you find that you've just been pelted with like these just somewhat moist something or other. It's a little hard to tell because it's kind of dark. So you need to I need you to roll a Constitution save.
Uh-oh.
14.
Yeah, so whatever it was, it didn't seem to be too bothersome to you. You just kind of wipe some stuff off, and then you're able to keep going. The rest of you, are you going to follow her in, or are you going to help him? Because he seems kind of now intent to go back to work now that he's not being ingested by fungus.
If he's fine, then I'm just gonna go in. Yeah.
I don't care about the goblin.
So the whole
He's just misunderstood.
The whole mausoleum, the entrance to the mausoleum is very dark, and you go about 20 feet, kind of at an angle down. While it is there an above ground building there, it seems that the rest of everything is actually underground still. There's just an above ground entrance, but there's still the buried bodies are probably underground. So there's a 20-foot kind of drop, and as you move into this, the first area you come to is a 40 by 40 foot room that has a path leading directly to the north, but the biggest thing you notice in this area is there's all kinds of as the light comes up, there's all kinds of fungus and molds and just mushrooms and stuff growing in this that do not gel with the kind of things that would be growing in a damp like mausoleum.
We're
Huh.
going to need a bigger fire.
Do I have my spells? I don't think I do.
Well, like what you should have any cantrips that you have, yes. And if you didn't use any of your whatever spells you have, because you haven't rested yet, but
Yeah, it says I used both spell slots. I know I used Burning Hands at one point. I don't know what else I used.
you used Burning Hands on them earlier when you were clearing out the kitchen.
Yeah, what else did I use?
I'm not
I
sure.
thought that was it.
I don't know. Whatever. Let me see. I can do a harmless sensory effect.
I think you used Expedient Treat in there one.
No, I think I might have used like Ray of Sickness or some stupid shit.
Maybe.
I can light a campfire, so I guess I could light one of them up one at a time.
Well, I still have the torch with me.
Well, why don't you burn? Well, don't burn the whole mausoleum, but
Well, it's underground,
It's
so I
probably
assume stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stone. Burning it would probably not do much to the actual stone. You would do more to the fungus that's there. Although you're also not quite sure how breathable the air would be for you guys if
Yeah.
you just
Are
fire
there
this thing up now.
I can do it.
Yeah, there's a path leading at the top of this room to the north, and that seems to be. This kind of seems to be. There is a plaque here. There's a stand with a plaque, but it's covered in fungus right now. It seems to be further down would be where the bodies are actually stored.
Can we cross there without disturbing too much of the fungus?
Yeah. Most of it's like overall, like kind of it's up in the ceilings and the tops, or on the left hand side of the room. The right hand side seems kind of clear, so you're able to go around it and to the back area without really disrupting anything. And when you get past this area, the first thing you come to is there's a door on your left and a door on your right. Door on the left is marked with a crown symbol, and the door on the right is marked with a crescent moon. But there's no other names. There's just a crown and a crescent moon on these two doors, and you see another four sets of doors. So there's another 8 doors going down this route. But there's no other. It doesn't appear to be any other way. It's just every 20 feet or so a set of double doors.
Okay. We should assess how bad the situation is.
I think we should just go to sleep right here.
Okay, cool.
No.
No.
I need spells.
We're not gonna fall asleep in the fucking.
We should
No.
assess how bad the situation is, and then bring an appropriate amount of oil to take care of this problem.
Like olive oil, essential oil.
Silence kicks.
Flammable oil.
Lavender oil.
Lavender
Yes, the essential
oil.
kind.
Lavender oil.
Like the stuff you grease yourself up with at night.
Oh yeah, coconut oil.
Oh yeah.
What is happening?
Zing.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What?
Nothing.
We're just gonna move past that.
Like you said, there's the crown door and like the moon door.
I
And
like
then
the
there's
moon.
more
Would
sets.
you mind opening one of these without disturbing fungus?
Sure.
Ooh.
Well, actually,
That means no kicking.
at this point where you're at, the fungus is still kind of near the front, so these doors are actually fungus free right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried what's on the other side of the door.
I feel like I'm in
Yeah.
annihilation right now.
That's true. You're in
I will,
annihilation.
I'll do my best to miss any surrounding fungus, walk gingerly to one of the doors, and I'll just open one gingerly.
So which one are you going to open? The crown, the king symbol, or the moon?
The moon.
So when you push open this moon door, there is an older kind of stone sarcophagus just laying across a slab. This room doesn't seem to be have been disrupted at all. There's some spider webs and dust, and it's been a while since anybody's kind of cared for it, but everything seems to be in the kind of condition that happens if you just neglect something. There's no extra fungus in here or anything. There's no markings for a name on the sarcophagus, but what you do see is there's like a motif around the edge of this sarcophagus is a bunch of trees and wolves, and it looks like they're hunting a single elk.
Okay. I will. I'll kind of relay that information to the group, and then I will close the door and open the other.
And as you open the king's door, there is a large. As you come in, you open the door, and all you can see is white fungus, a giant mushroom, like kind of taking over the whole back wall of this room.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just around it smaller mushrooms, and there was a sarcophagus kind of like on a flat thing, but that's been it looks like the top of this sarcophagus has been ripped off. The stone is on the ground all broken up, and this body is also sprouting. There's at least 2 or 3 dozen of these mushrooms, the same mushrooms that you saw in the other place, on this body right now. It's an older gentleman, but from as far as that, there's nothing else you can really see because it's all kind of fungal.
Now, my intent was to kind of keep the door partially closed so that nothing could kind of wrestle its way out.
Yeah.
So,
doesn't appear to be anything moving in here. I mean, well, the fungus is kind of doing its fungus thing, but it's not. There's nothing physically moving towards you when you open the door.
I believe I have found the source of the fungal infection. Would you all like to see?
Sure, why not?
I'll kind of make way, push the door open a little so they can get a look in and see if...
And yeah, so there was a sarcophagus here. The top has been ripped off. It's thrown to the ground and broken into bits. And there's fungus all over the body there, and there's a large amount of fungus on the back wall. In the mushroom kind of, it's dominated by one large white mushroom kind of coming not at the base of the wall, but almost coming out from the middle of the wall itself, and turning upwards just a little bit so that the cap of this mushroom is kind of on top at a weird. It's kind of like just a bent,
it's a 90-degree mushroom, basically.
yeah, that kind of thing. The slight bent angle.
Who's making these perfect right angles?
I'm sorry, Kevin, I didn't hear you.
Definitely going to need more fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or we just need to make more right angles. We need to defeat them.
Yeah. You would see, if you make enough, they'll circle in on themselves, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 wrongs don't make a right. 3 less do.
So if you
Oh my
if
god.
you're looking at this from what you guys can tell, this has been going on for this has to have been going on for a while because this amount of fungal growth. I mean, even magically, it seems
Well-
like it'd be too much to happen in
The,
one night.
The mushrooms on the girl's body grew in what, 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, but those are also like maybe a tenth of the size of this large one.
Okay,
Was the
so
boy
this,
in there?
A boy?
what boy?
I'm not talking to you.
I know.
I'm talking to Jesus.
Yeah, the boy you didn't see the boy after he kind of went into the mausoleum, and you started to follow him, and there was that blast of that stuff. You kind of
that
lost him
boy.
at that point.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck are you smoking? Like, what? Boy. Okay. Weird. This mushroom, it's a problem.
As you all look over here, and Thaddeus as well, you also see several. With the benefits of this being like mostly an untouched room, you see several boot prints that look relatively new. That seem to come into this room and then exit.
Somebody planted this. Would be my guess.
So what are you suggesting we do about it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Take molds of the boot prints, and then I don't know.
As you
CSI Shardus.
as you step back out
Kill
though,
it.
August, you see the boy is going towards one of the last rooms on the left hand side, and as he gets towards that door, he drops the small leather sack that he had, and then he just goes in. Well, he goes in the door,
Okay.
not opening it, but goes in it.
I'm gonna follow. Is the sack on the ground?
No, it kind of is there for a moment and then disappears.
It's a ghost sack.
Yes, it's a ghost sack.
I hate
I'm gonna
those.
go in the door.
Yeah. So yeah, as you head, as you start to take off now, everybody else you see you see August head towards the back, and she opens the door that would be on the side of the crown, and as you open that door, you see there's a smaller sarcophagus, I think, on a slab, and there's markings on it. It looks like, toys and rocking horses and all this stuff that's on the edge of the sarcophagus. But the
Depressing.
thing that's most interesting is that you can see that there's a strange kind of green glowing light coming from like the right under the slab. It's like at the edge of the slab that's holding the sarcophagus up. There's light coming from below it and streaming out the edges.
The sarcophagus has ground effects?
Yes.
That's funny.
Uplighting.
It's legal and it's illegal in some states to do that to your sarcophagus. But
Yes. When you're driving with it, but if you're stationary, it's fine.
So I'm gonna assume it's not the Tommy knockers. And
Why did you
That's
select this
not-
door?
that's not a great assumption. It could be the Tommy knockers. They're around.
August, why did you select this door? You walked past several others and opened this one.
intuition, women's intuition.
Okay.
And there is this glow from underneath the thing. It looks like sufficient strength could push the slab and sarcophagus aside.
Thaddeus is not organic.
This is true.
So are you like immune to these things? I hope. Little baby girl.
I mean, immune to
the
fungus.
little
Probably.
spores.
Yeah. I mean that would make sense.
Are you
I think.
are you in diseases?
Really should be.
I mean, I'm.
Yeah, I don't. Hold on one second. Yeah, so you're immune to disease. Don't need to eat, drink, or breathe. Advantage against poison.
Okay.
Resistant to poison damage.
Tell me about your day.
Yeah, so he's not. He's going to be the least likely to be infected by this fungus.
Is the boy still in there? No.
You don't see him anymore. Well, you have a feeling that he might be in the box,
I mean,
but you don't see him anymore.
I think we might want to open that. Thaddeus, you're super strong and buff and
Whoa, what?
immune to these things.
Oh, yeah, immune.
to
Okay,
these
immune to
things.
these things. Yeah, okay, you can take care of it. That's fine.
I'm only strong if I can use Dex for strength checks.
You can try.
Actually, not strong. You may be as strong as I am, August.
Oh,
But I will attempt to move the lid if that's
Fuck.
what we want.
I don't want any mushrooms. God damn it. Get
The lid is not. The lid for the sarcophagus is not that bad. It's so you lift it and inside is well what you see, August, would be about the general size of the boy that you saw, but obviously this has been there for a long time and is kind of decayed and whatever. But wrapped in his hands is a small leather sack. It's kind of on his chest and he's like holding it. It looks like it's been there a while, but it looks, unlike everything else, very pristine.
can we take it without dying? Should I do an Arcana check or?
So
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'll just take the bag out of the corpse's hands. I really don't. It doesn't bother me.
You pull the bag out.
We resort to tomb robbing so easily.
Huh?
I mean, I guess you guys do.
We resort to tomb robbing so easily.
When you pull out the bag, there's
Borrowing.
there's a couple of things at first notice. There are some infernal symbols on the leather sack.
Oh, I know these.
The leather is actually like it's not. It is from a different animal. It's not like cow leather. It's from.
Is it tiefling leather?
No, it's probably from some beast in. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is, Kevin.
El Super Beasto.
No, it's probably some hell beast that they skinned and made into something. Inside it, though, what you notice, just opening it up and looking inside, there are a handful of various seeds, and you have some that are couple inches long, some that are just very small, some that look like kind of grains of rice or whatever, and it's all just a bunch of seeds.
That's all I got, guys.
And there's still the green glowing light under the slab.
I'm not mad at some underglow,
coming
but wait, can I try to read what is written in Infernal on the actual bag? Because I know Infernal.
We finally know the final resting place of Johnny Apple.
Yes.
Stop! No!
At
hate
long
you.
last,
I hate you.
icon of America.
But
God, I
it's-
hate you.
It's bad because half of the apple trees you planted didn't actually produce edible apples. They
Yeah.
produced
Cider.
apples,
I only eat
Yeah.
Gala.
cider apples, and occasionally you got a few that made like. So he's really trying to plant booze around the country.
I think we can all
Hey,
agree that red
props to
delicious
that.
apples are the worst.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Honeycrisp is my
And
absolute
Macintosh.
favorite.
Gala.
Okay, Honeycrisp because
With
the
some peanut
skin
butter.
is chewable.
I honestly prefer Apple Jacks.
Okay.
Oh my god, yes!
You
Yes!
fucking would, bro.
Kevin is like, what is a fruit?
He doesn't even eat lettuce.
Lettuce is what you feed to food.
Yeah. And then you have your cheesesteak with cheese whiz.
Yeah, I eat lettuce because I'm an absolute snack. So...
You would literally make meat
Not
for
cheese
dinner.
whiz, cheese sauce.
Yeah.
Oh,
A
excuse
giant
me.
pile of meat.
Excuse me.
It
Okay,
comes in a large can, about a gallon.
okay.
While
So...
that, while you understand that the demon queen of Fungus is, she's a demon, or Lady of Rotten Decay. This in Infernal is listed as the Lady of Rot's present.
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna tell them, hey guys, this is what it means. I'm assuming it means that there's a gift for us because it says present.
Hopefully we don't run into past and future.
Past and future. Yesterday. Lady of Fungus, yes. Tomorrow.
That is the Lady of Rotten Decay's demon name.
Zugtamoni. I mean, Zug. Oh, she's pretty though, in a very ugly way. Wow. I wish I could look that skinny. Let's see.
But what is slightly disturbing about this is, like I said, it's written in Infernal, and she's a demon, and Abyssal tends to be their
More common thing, yeah.
yeah.
So I don't like how that's kind of
But I recognize that name.
You would recognize the Lady of Rotten Decay as you've never, you've heard stories of it as a demon, like
She's one of the big.
oh yes, absolutely. While you've heard stories, though, you haven't heard many stories of her being anywhere near Shardus. There's never really been a discussion
She can't be
of her.
located.
I believe this may be worse than we thought.
how
This-
so.
It's mostly what you've heard of is, people have experienced or have had experiences with her, but they've gone from the Prime to like the Abyss or whatever, rather than her having a direct influence here. And this doesn't seem like necessarily a direct influence, because you're looking at an infernal bag with demonic somethings in it, which doesn't add up.
This might be the beginnings of demonic incursion.
What is
Yay.
demonic incursion?
When demons or abyssal energy find their way here, they start to weaken the boundaries between here and the abyss,
Oh my god, am I Buffy?
and eventually form a portal, much like a hellmouth.
Oh my god, yeah.
No, wait, I want to be Faith.
Yeah.
I'll be Buffy then. It's fine.
Oh, wait.
Are you thinking of hell?
Yeah. What?
I was gonna say, I
So
was like,
Onward.
is she thinking of like Charlie's Angels? Like,
No.
Yeah, that's when I switched to a steak.
Yeah. So below that, like I said, there's still the green glowing light coming from below this slab.
We should probably make sure that is not a portal to the abyss.
That would be
What?
good.
The coffin?
The green glowing
green.
light.
It's
I'll
goosebumps.
go into the light.
No,
Okay.
never do that.
Yeah, careful if you
So-
lift it up. It might be the goosebumps logo.
So, Kixic, there's no
Or
fungus
flubber.
around, so it actually will take. Thaddeus isn't as strong as you think he is. He's good, he's got the endurance and everything. He just doesn't have necessarily the physical strength,
Okay. You know what, boy?
So-
I'm gonna step in and I'm gonna help him out.
He's gonna need your flex on this.
Oh hell yeah. Yes. Okay. So I'm assuming make a strength roll for this.
No,
Oh.
no roll needed. Just the two of you can move it out of the way, no problem.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just, it just was required that it required a little more strength than one person could muster. And when you push that aside, there's a staircase that leads down. Yes, that is true. But it leads down, but there's this green glow everywhere to the point where, as you look down, it's blinding.
Oh. That's not cool. What is this?
I don't know, but it was a really important
Um,
part of Pulp Fiction.
August,
God.
the green glow is definitely magic of some sort.
Should I do an Arcana check? Is that a
Uh,
hint?
sure, you can.
Is that a
Right.
hint?
Is that a hint? No, the green glow is
What's 7 plus 5?
12.
53,
Not good.
75.
75.
Yeah,
Yes.
53 is good. I'll take that.
Okay, so you actually you're not sure where it's coming from, but it seems like the whole area is illuminated by magic light, and it's of this green tint. You're just not sure where it's coming from, but it is an illumination. Something is illuminating this. Something is spreading this light around, this green light everywhere.
Phosphorescence, guys.
Phosphorescence. Forever phosphorescence.
I got nothing.
Okay,
Should I
Can I
try
attempt
any?
to Arcana that out as well?
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, your boy can do it
religion.
too. Robot.
9.
9.
Wow.
9.
I love it.
It's definitely, you get the same idea from her. It is a magical light. It's
Mhm.
like a light spell kind of thing, but
Yeah.
it's exuding from something below, and it has a green tint to it.
It's kind of like what would happen if I'd open the hood of my car and look inside and try to figure out what's wrong, not knowing what any of this stuff is.
Yeah, yeah. But it's intense.
Yep, that's an engine.
It's very intense down there.
Let's go.
You
Hold
can go.
hands.
That is, if you want to go for it, go for it. If you think you can pull off better than a 12.
And here's where my familiar comes. Ghost monkey.
Here we go.
Stop. Don't sing the song. Please.
I don't know how I did this, guys, but it was a 6, so he doesn't have any idea either.
Wow.
Right.
Oi.
Way to get us excited for no reason.
Yeah.
So,
He's a
no
fucking
idea.
robot.
It's bright green down there, and it hurts your eyes just a little bit. It's kind of like, you think you would get used to it after a short while. You haven't looked at it long enough, but right now it's not. It gives you some weird sensations just looking at it. You get a little bit of a shiver down your back, and it just kind of also smells rotten downstairs.
Are we going to do this?
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Yes, I will lead the way.
It's not
Okay.
dancing flubber. Sorry.
Oh, I like him.
He's so cute.
So, as you head down, you get past the brightness of this, and you notice that about 10 feet beyond, there's no green light. It's almost like a green light, kind of like a curtain, like a barrier of this green light above this. Because once you get down about 10 feet past that thing, there's just a little bit of normal light in here. It's a small amount of dim kind of torch light, and but there's no torches. It's just the whole area is like dimly lit. There's at the end there's a door. As you come down these stairs, it leads to a just a hallway. But at the end, there's this door that has symbols on it. Some of the symbols that you see, one of them is a silver raven. The other that you see is a symbol that belonged to a shadow demon named Irgoth, or Irgath, depending on where you're from. And the third symbol that you see is this concentric circles that the more you stare at it, the more you want to vomit kind of thing. It kind of just makes you sick just looking at it. And even Thaddeus, it even bothers you. Like it makes you feel like you're going to lose your balance as you look.
That is bad.
Weird.
Weird. Yeah. I don't like it. I wanna fight it, but I don't know how to fight a glow.
All these symbols that you see though, the silver ravens symbol looks like it was the oldest and maybe like the center to this door. These other symbols seem like they were added afterwards, and they're in such a position where this silver raven was also partially defaced.
Religion help at all, or investigation?
You can you can do religion if you want, but in general, what you're gathering is, you all recognize the silver raven as Ravenous, like the creator god. That one. That's a given. You just know it. And in this time period, he's still very much active, up there. You recognize the symbol of Irgath as a exiled demonic practicer of magic. He basically was a demon who supposedly brought abjuration magic to the world, and then once he taught people how to use it, those people used that abjuration against him and sent him away.
That's rude.
He's a dick.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. He's a Saturday dick, but we'll talk about that at another time. But the third, yes, because they're dealing with Irgoth in the Saturday game as well. So the third symbol, you can make a religion check if you'd like. It's not a very common one.
What's a 15 get me?
16?
Oh, that is enough. That is enough for you to gather. It's a symbol from the far realms, and you're just not quite sure as to which deity, which being
Doesn't really matter if it's from the far realms. They're all not good.
Yeah, which one it's kind of linked to, because it really looks like it's like an amalgamation of several symbols. Although the more you look at it, the more sick it makes you feel, so the less you want to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going.
Can we just open the door?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could easily open the door if you'd like.
I will open the door.
As you open this door,
Cringe.
Plot.
Oh god.
you step into this room, and they're in the. This is a massive room. It does not even look like it should belong underneath this area, as there are 4 30-foot round glass tubes in this room, in one in each corner of the room. It's about a 30-foot. It's got a 30-foot radius, and in the center of these tubes, 3 of them are empty, and the 4th is filled with green fluid, and there's a form kind of just kind of floating in it.
Is it hot?
From where you're at, it looks basically just like a dark, shadowy thing. You can't really see it until you get too close to it.
Let's get closer.
So you head over, and the first thing you see is that it looks like Lego, just kind of floating in this tube.
Oh, what? Excuse me?
Is there a red button?
We got here too fast, because that would have been the perfect end moment.
Excuse me, that's gross.
No, but is there a red
There's-
button to terminate it?
No, there is another door leading further, which would be to the north. But there doesn't appear to be a button, but when you touch if you get near the side of the tubes and you touch it, you get a sense that there's a means, there's magical words that can be used to turn this off.
Any way to figure out which magical words? Like,
It doesn't seem to. You don't seem to need to know. You just need to be touching it, and then it will come to you.
destroy. I
So
don't
you-
know. Touch
So
it.
you touch the tube, and you tell it to basically turn off. And what you see next is all this fluid is kind of just drained upwards into the thing, and just body of Lego just falls down.
Can we set it to
Is
blend?
it dead?
Can we set
Yeah,
it to
right?
blend? Oh my god.
Dice
I need to-
no,
We need to use pulse. Pulse
Yeah,
is
you
much better.
you have to use pulse. That's yeah. But no, it doesn't look. I mean, it looks like Lego, but when you actually get all the fluids drained out, you can see that his whole back, like where the spine would be and all this stuff, it's just like a row of these white mushrooms.
Disgusting.
DNA infusing has gone way too far.
We really have a problem here.
And you hear a noise from the door directly to your north. It sounds like running
Towards or away?
away.
Run! Catch him!
Okay. I'm gonna
I'm
steam
gonna
train
bolt
him.
towards it.
I will follow until someone opens the door,
Okay.
and then rush
Yeah.
between their legs through it.
Cut that shit out. I hate you.
So as you open that door, you come to a very similar room. Once again with the 4 tubes on each side. There's another door, basically directly across from where you're at. These tubes are filled with this fluid, and there are things growing in various stages in these tubes, and one of these things looks vaguely dog-shaped.
Destroy, 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 destroy.
I don't know. Maybe I'd like that one better. I'm just kidding.
Turn
Run down the
off.
hall
Turn
hitting the big
off.
red buttons.
So you just go over and you just see turning all this stuff off, and they're all dropping down. And it does look like it was going to be like a Bosco copy. So then you've done this, you've killed all these things, they start to die, and you have that other door where you still can hear like a sound of something going on. You're not quite sure what it is.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Open it. Open it. Open it.
Okay,
Open.
open it.
So you rush in and you open this door, and
Bosco tries to
It's-
kill us.
no, it's
Bosco
an identical.
tries to kill.
It's a third identical room to the first two, with the four things, another door straight ahead, but standing in the middle of the room, very well, in the back of the room, sorry, very concerned and very anxiously trying to open the door, is a figure in a black robe.
Stupefy.
That's
Oh
not
wait.
how it works, but okay.
Expelliarmus!
These tubes are filled with fluid, but there doesn't appear to be anything in them.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna turn them all.
I'll have to throw that good old Expecto Patronum at us. Or at them.
Bark,
They're not
grab that.
Dementors.
Yes, they are. You don't know that. Don't be racist.
So, as you come in and you start to head towards the move in, and you start to move towards the tubes to turn them off, this person opens the door and just runs. So they run into another room, and from where you're at, you can tell it looks like there's well, this is the third. This is soon to be the fourth room that's similar to this. Like, this is a large scale operation that's been built underneath this thing.
Following.
Yep.
Yep.
Running
All
faster.
Okay, so you're not going to stop and turn anything off.
No. I'm booking
Okay.
it. Trying to catch this motherfucker.
Okay. So, as you get to the next room, you see this cloaked figure is at the back door, and
She?
you can tell with the hand, it looks very feminine.
do you have a problem with that, Rosie?
no.
Like,
She
You didn't give us that last room. I'm
no,
just saying.
because you didn't see that before. No,
We
yeah.
got a clue now.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Yep. She presses the door, and the door opens, and she looks back, and what you see is this woman who has well, the first thing that you notice about her is her eyes are serpent-like.
Ooh.
Gross.
She has pale white skin. On her black robe is a symbol of a dragon.
Cultist.
And
Hmm.
and when she starts to speak with you, you notice that her tongue is forked.
What does she speak? Probably fucking Inferno.
No, in common.
Damn it.
She speaks in common to you, and she says, "You've found our plan, but I won't let you stop us. I dare you to come after me." And she runs into the door.
As Kevin would say, challenge accepted.
Wait, she runs through the door?
God.
Yeah, well, the door opens through the open door.
Ah.
She opens the door. Yeah, she's
Triple
like, "I
dog
dare you."
dare me.
Hey now.
Yes. Well, no, you can't just skip to a triple dog dare. That's not right.
I double dog dare ya.
Why, I oughta.
Onward.
I would like to engage.
Okay, as you make the run for it,
Show me your poo.
to head after her, I need you to make a dexterity check, because as you get towards the center of the room, there's a clicking sound as one of your paws depresses something on the floor.
Your paws are very
Let's
depressing, I'm
say
sorry.
14.
Is a 14. Yeah. You managed to get out of the way as the entire middle floor of this room just falls out. So now you have the tubes on each side. You have about a 5-foot walkway between the tubes on either side of the room, and the whole center of the floor has just given out to the bottom. And looking below, there's a mix of the white fungus mushrooms and spikes that look like they're tainted with something. And you
Not
just
good.
managed to avoid your puppy pouncing the spikes.
As soon as I get a clear line of fire on her, let me know.
Okay. So you managed to So you do manage to get her around the corner, and standing like as you come around this room into this corner, and you see this girl, she has turned around and she has like a bone wand in her hand, and it's pointed at you. But standing next to her is a large purple-skinned creature with a octopus or like an octopus face with tentacles just down, and it's covered in. It's wearing like
Fungus.
the kind of thing that like a butcher would wear to keep their clothes clean, but
An
it's all
apron?
covered like aprons and other things, but it's all covered in looks like blood and fungus and all kinds of everything else. And you hear in your mind, be a good boy, call your friends in, and we can talk. If you're not willing, and this is coming, you can tell from this creature. It's like, if you're not willing, I can convince you.
Is it an illithid?
That's the description I heard.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh
Am
my
I-
god.
Being compelled, or is it asking?
This point it seems to be asking, although it seemed to hint that it could compel you.
And they're not in the room yet?
They're not in the room yet because
Okay.
they now have to find a way across a pit
Okay.
that you open.
I will bark loudly and let them interpret that as they will.
So you hear a bunch of barking from the other room.
I'm gonna.
I will
run
chase.
Over.
I will give chase.
So you guys managed to make your way around the edges of the room because
Jesus.
the center is gone, and you make it into that room, and once you're all in there, you just hear all hear a little bit of a laugh, and you suddenly feel every one of you are hit with an immense, shocking psychic attack to your head. So I need everybody 1 second.
Roll.
Oh god, hold on. I'm trying. I'm trapped by cat.
What a good kitty. I'll roll for you.
No, you will not roll for me. I will roll for myself.
Which cat is that?
That's-
Okie dokie or artichoke?
This is Doki. Oh fuck, Doki, please
I need
stop.
I need you all to make intelligence saves.
Oh no.
I'm looking smart.
Dirty 10.
Where is my dice? I can't do this, Doki. You're killing me right
Okay.
now.
Kevin,
Sorry.
did you say dirty 10?
Yeah.
Did you a dirty? What the fuck is a dirty 10?
I needed to use a modifier to get there.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see. I got. What is that?
15.
That's a 16 on die minus 1, so that's a 15.
15.
We're all like so close together.
Doki, oh my lord.
Other than Kevin.
I know, other than the Doge.
It's because he's a dog, I mean, and a golden retriever. That. I mean,
He's a boofer.
Okay, so you all
fail.
well, okay. No. Bosco, you take 22 points of psychic damage.
Holy fuck.
Well, that kills me.
And everybody else takes
Yeah.
yeah, everybody else takes no, sorry. Let me rephrase that. You don't take 22, sorry. You take 26 and everybody else takes 13 points of psychic damage.
I am
Cool.
unconscious.
I'm
Yeah.
almost dead.
Yeah, no,
I'm unconscious as well.
So,
I
yeah.
started at 8.
Me too.
Yes.
I'm
so,
at 14, and that
Mind-
almost fucking killed
mind
me.
it's just a moment later, the girl who's holding the bone wand when you arrive blasts you with something, and you also you have 1 hit point left.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're also unconscious, and that's where we're gonna end right here with everybody knocked the hell out.
You bitch. Damn it.
And
Okay.
mind you, nobody is dead.
Okay.
Everybody is just knocked the hell out.
Well, that's a good
I
place
take
to
it
be.
this is going to be a later battle. Is my guess.
No, you're gonna be friends with this guy. He just knocked you out, right? That's the start of a good friendship.
Mhm.
Cat, really?
So,
I'll see you again in the final boss battle.
Ow, ow, ow,
Yeah.
ow.
as we move away from infernal cookies and we get to the root of the problem, it's not as, I mean, it's pretty intensive underground, but it's not as intense as it may seem at first. As we we'll end the night with all of you drifting to sleep with the help of your new friend Squiddy.
Really?
Well, at least the little gremlin knows where we are.
My brain hurts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
that's what we have
Yeah.
for you tonight.
that happened. And we'll be back next week to get
Yeah,
more of
we'll
this.
Yeah,
Oh.
we'll come back. Well, to get more of something. We don't know what's going to happen
Yeah.
now, but yeah.
Reroll new characters. All right.
No, Kevin, why don't you lead us out?
All right. Should anyone wish to contact me throughout the week for any reason, Evil Sales Ass on Twitter is the best way to do so. We'll be back Sunday night for our Curse of the Azure Bonds game, and back Monday night for our dive into Undermountain, where Drumstick turned himself into a devil and sold his eternal soul to Asmodeus.
Listen, I'm just looking to get as much power as possible, and if I can get that on my resume, hell yes.
Yeah. It's funny because I know another wizard dedicated to Asmodeus in that game who may make a return appearance at some point.
I spent 400 years in the Blood War. That's on my resume, right after macrame.
Yeah. So from there, we're gonna pass it off to that Wizard of Asmodeus, Rozzy.
So Cinder Wizard, Twitter, and Instagram. That's all I got.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun. Nicholas?
Which
Yes.
one?
I said Nicholas, not Andrew.
Oh, thank you. Hi, everyone calls me either Thickless or Bitchless when I'm not in the greatest of moods. But, so, you can find me at BlueAura94YT on Twitter, and you can also find me on the Carpe Nerdus page as well. Best places to reach me at, because that's pretty much the quickest app that gives me notifications on my phone.
We do have a link to our Discord down below,
Yep.
so that's there. And I also want before I forget, I do want to thank everyone who shows up to watch because you are few, but
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, yeah.
And I'm one of them. You're
There are
welcome.
People watching?
Yeah, one of the guys that plays in my comic store game on Wednesdays has been popping in. And then Lauren was here for a bit earlier, but she had to go.
Hi.
Hi guys.
Hi.
We love you.
Hello, first time caller, long time listener.
Yeah. There you go. Alrighty, and I think I'm done with my little spiel, so I'm gonna pass it off to my counterpart, Andrew.
Hello,
Nick.
everyone.
Yeah, Nick too.
Nick two Nick. You can find me on Twitter at NightstickNick. And that's all. That's where I'm at. So say hi.
Yep, and I've been Derek, and you can find me at Disposable Idiot on Twitter, and you can also find me here on Sunday as Colt, and watching Monday nights in the chat room. So I think that's all I got to say. Thank you for coming to all the players. Thank you for everybody that's watching. as
No,
well.
not you guys. Sorry, Nick texted us. Sorry.
So yeah,
In general,
have a good night.
If fly on screen, it's probably aimed at Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a lot of like sidebar shit.
Hashtag blame Nick.
Yep,
Mm.
yep.
Have
It's
a good one.
my
See you
fault.
later.
See you guys
Bye.
later. Bye.
Bye bye.